My wife of 12 years did the unthinkable by leaving me for a guy she met at the gym a week ago, but she ended things and wants to come back home. My wife, 30F, and I, 33M, started going to the gym together. We were loving the results of the fitness. It made our intimate life even better and we couldn't keep our hands off each other. We felt as happy and close as ever, but she spiraled after her brother passed away. Her brother and her were really close when they were young. He got hooked on getting wasted and other hard stuff. Later he went to prison for 10 years, and then once he got out he went immediately back to his same habits. Eventually he ended up passing away right in front of her. 3 weeks after her brother passed away, this guy chats her up at the gym and she immediately clicks with him. I was wary, but I trusted my wife. She is a sweetheart and I never imagined her having the ability to have an affair. Last weekend we had one of the most romantic days and evenings we have had in a while. This week it turned out that she couldn't go on without finding out why she developed such a quick connection with this guy. It didn't take any extensive prodding to figure out. It was just obvious with how quickly she became disconnected to me. After confronting her about it, she admitted everything they'd done. We own a house and 3 pets. Her family and everyone we know are devastated and blown away, but she is dead serious about pursuing something with this guy. The woman I knew last month, even last week, has left the building. This is a living nightmare that I just want to wake up from. We did couples counseling 3 times and have one scheduled on Wednesday, but she has completely made up her mind and seems to have rapidly fallen out of love with me. Update: my wife filed for divorce a month after moving out. During this time I did the whole online dating thing, which was way worse than I could have ever expected. I kept myself busy working out, building my own confidence, and hanging out with friends. In general, it was horrible, but I was trying to keep my head up. I was in therapy, but I didn't jive with my first therapist, so I found a new one in December who I liked a lot more and am still seeing her. During December my wife calls me, crying, asking if she can stay in the guest bedroom because she has nowhere to go. I told her yes, even though she hurt me so badly, I did still love her. It turns out that things with the guy at the gym turned very toxic very fast. I know the word narcissist gets thrown around a lot these days, but this guy was on another level and it's hard to believe these pieces of trash actually exist. So she stays in the guest bedroom for a week, then goes and stays with her parents for a month. She had a nervous breakdown and was able to get a medical leave of absence from her work. Halfway through January comes around and she is back at the house, but still in a very frantic and erratic state, as if she was withdrawing off some hard stuff. I had no idea about the addictive nature of toxic relationships. She is clear that she is too messed up in the head to be in a relationship and is going to work on herself. I give her the time and space she requested and she goes all in on learning about the psychology of all of this stuff. Inner child work, how the nervous system reacts and attracts you to toxic people if you grew up in a toxic household, anxious and avoidant attachment styles, and so on. There is this book called How to Stay Married, where the wife had an affair and it turns out the root of the issue was her unresolved childhood trauma. Long story short, the same thing happened here. It hurts, but I can forgive her. She is my best friend and we are insanely compatible in a lot of ways. She has really been returning to herself the past month. She is the happiest I have seen her in at least a year, and last week we filed the paperwork to dismiss the divorce. We are both in individual counseling, and soon to start couples therapy. I am sure a lot of people will think I am making a mistake in reconciling, but I am happy. I do trust her that she now has the knowledge to not let this happen again, and she has the drive to become the best person she can be.